Hello to all of my beautiful friends out there. Welcome. I'm so excited to do another pick a card for you guys. If this is the first time you're joining me, my name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer, and I deliver messages through the cards that help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. So in today's reading, I am going to be looking at what you don't see coming. Now, normally I'm on camera, but I really wanted you guys to be able to see the imagery that's coming out. So I'm trying something different. Let me know what you guys think. I have some really beautiful decks, so I'm hoping that you're going to see something in the imagery that connects deeply with you and maybe helps you to see synchronicity in the reading, connecting it even further with your life experience. So I have 3 piles for you to select from. Pile number 1 has the Sage bundle as well as the Carnelian crystal. Then pile number 2 has the Palo Santo stick and then the carved moonstone wolf. And then pile number 3 has the selenite wand, and this is just a clipping of floral from my garden. So I'm going to give you guys a moment to meditate on your pile. Just allow your intuition to guide you to the pile that you feel most drawn to. This is a general reading, so some of the messages might not click for you. That's totally okay. That's totally normal. Whatever doesn't really fit for you, just leave that behind. And if you are interested in having a personal reading, I do private readings with clients. You can go to my website, odessamal.com, and you can find out more information there. So I will see you in a moment at your pile. Hi, pile number 1, welcome back. So in case you missed the intro, this reading is all about what you don't see coming. So I just want to mention to everyone that this is a general reading, so there will be messages that are completely in alignment with what you are currently feeling and what you've experienced so far. And anything that just doesn't feel right for you, just leave it behind, because there's a lot of people that watch these readings. So there's a good chance that those messages are meant for them. And if anyone is interested in having a personal reading, I do offer private readings with clients. And in a personal reading, all of the messages are going to be meant for you. So you can go to my website, odessamal.com, and you can check out my availability. And I do a lot of different services, not just tarot card readings, so you can check all of that out there. So pile number 1, you picked the Sage bundle and you also picked the Carnelian stone. So these 2 items are linked with the first messages. So sage is used as a tool to clear low vibrational negative energy out of our lives. So there might have been some negative experiences, maybe some negative people that you've been facing, and it's really restricted your growth. Carnelian is connected to the sacral chakra, which is not only about fertility, but it's also about our creativity and our expansion. So it's possible that you have been dealing with a difficult work environment where you're not feeling like you can be creative. This could be the ending of a relationship that was really painful for you. But we'll get into the cards and see what else comes forward. So the first card that you received is Transfiguration, card 22. So the imagery on this particular card is also amplifying this feeling of destruction and chaos, but that's leading to a rebirth. And we've got Pluto on this card and Mars. So this definitely feels to me like you might be in the middle of what could be classified as a tower moment where you're really feeling like a lot is crumbling around you, but it's going to eventually align and transform into something that I think is going to be more creatively fulfilling for you. The next card that you received is 1212, persistence, shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, new experiences. Oh, happy day, an ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards. So each of you is going to be going through something different. Like I was picking up before, I think some of you are going through a breakup or a heartache. Like maybe you were never really in a relationship with this person, but you had feelings and something was growing and it just really didn't take off. And you're wondering like, what's next? Or is this just a pause? Is it gonna continue? Maybe there was a loss of a job. Maybe there was even a breakdown in like a friendship. But this is just clearing the way for something so much better to come into your life. There's something that's waiting to come in, but you have to sort of allow it to. You have to sort of turn your gaze away from what is still sort of burning away and start focusing on the path that's now cleared ahead of you. The next card you received is the Nine of Cups, which is a card talking all about fulfillment, all of the things that you really enjoy that bring a smile to your face and make you feel happy to be alive coming into your life. This is also a card that can be talking about going it alone, but in a really happy way. So starting your own business and really figuring out exactly how you want to approach that business or that project so that your day-to-day needs are met and you're feeling joy about how you're dedicating your time and energy. But it can also be talking about getting into a period of your romantic life where you're happily single. Not that you're closed off from dating. You might even be dating, but you don't need another person. You're not feeling like empty because you're not part of a couple. You're just feeling so much joy around, like what you have built, and you feel confident in who you are. The Spider. So this is an interesting card as well, because on one hand, I feel like some of you might have been deceived by someone. You might have felt like you got caught in their web. You got caught in their trap. And that's part of where like this destruction energy is coming in. But I also think that you are going to start to recognize that you don't have to feel like the fly caught in the web any longer. And that's what you don't see coming. This change, this transfiguration of your experience, where you start to recognize that you're the spider and that you can weave your own web. And that just brings through all of these different opportunities for you. You start to see that there are cups that are full in your life. It's just a matter of you shifting your perspective on things and then taking steps. Like there is this sense that you have to be persistent to achieve the goals that you want. Then you received deception. So there's definitely been some sort of deceptive energy that's taken place in your life going back to the Sage bundle. I do feel like someone maybe misled you. Maybe it was even your own perceptions of things. Like you might be feeling kind of foolish, like you thought you had everything all figured out and it didn't work out the way that you thought it would. And you kind of feel like you were like fooling yourself. But it's not that you were fooling yourself. It's that possibly the other person involved wasn't being honest with you. And they might have been doing that intentionally. They might have been doing that just because they don't know how to communicate effectively. But it's also possible that the timing just wasn't right. Like you hadn't reached that point of completion yet, right? With the persistence. It's just like you thought you were, at the exit point of the race and you were only halfway through. Then you received feel the feels. Yeah, there's a lot of moon energy that I'm feeling, like with the deception and the transition of the moon, and then the moon here, and then we've got the fire again. I think that if you start to embrace all of the things that you love that are going well in your life and really start to like spend more time with people that make you feel good, you're gonna start to see that transition take place within you, right? Like this really feels like the transition is happening within you, and then you start to see it manifesting in your physical world. So I am feeling really good about myself. My confidence is high, and then I'm making different changes in my life. I'm making different choices, and then I'm noticing that opportunities and blessings are coming to me. Maybe it's, getting back into the swing of your self-care, and then you go through a glow up because you're just dedicating that energy to self that maybe you had been focusing on someone else that really was depleting you. Like the deception card with the snakes really could be talking about someone who's sort of taking whatever they can from you because they can mislead you and they have no intention of ever giving anything back. Don't get hung up on that. I know that can feel so devastating, but remember that the universe keeps all the original receipts. Whoever those people are, they will get the lessons that they need to learn in divine timing. So try and refocus your attention back on the things that like you really enjoy and you really love. This could also be talking about new people coming into your life that help you to feel the way you really deserve to feel. Then you received the Mascariar. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it says hiding your true self projection. And there is the water symbol on this particular card. Yeah, there might have been a connection with someone, or maybe you were in a certain circumstance where you had to sort of hide yourself. You really couldn't be authentic, or the other person was hiding their true self and they didn't treat you very well, or the experience wasn't very positive for you. But I do think that's really linked with this sort of tower energy. I think that this is what's moving out of your life, and you can move that out faster if you allow the like fire energy to just clear it out of the way. Just embrace this period of what might feel like destruction in your life. You might need to just like mourn that to a certain degree as well. Like it might take you a month, like it might take you a full moon cycle to really get over this, but you're on your way because you received the Chariot. That's talking about balanced energy, moving in the right direction. The horse has a pentacle around its neck. So you're going to be pursuing, and oh my God, the same crescent moon here is on both cards. And that would connect to me with the third eye. You're going to have insight into what happened. Like you might not know exactly how everything unfolded, if there was secrecy, things going on behind closed doors that you weren't partial to. You might not know all of the answers about all of that. But I don't think that you're going to need to know all the nitty-gritty details to feel like you're ready for closure and ready to just move ahead. I think you're going to start focusing on what you want in the real world. It could be work-related, but it could be passion projects. Like the Pentacles are about anything that we're literally creating in our lives. So it's investing time and energy and resources in those things so your physical comforts and your experiences are more fulfilling for you. And then you received Earth. Ask the element of Earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. Yes, there is definitely some unhappy energy going on for you. And you're guides and your ancestors want you to know that this is the thing that you don't realize is going to come out of this, that it's going to give you a new perspective. It's going to help you to really see how amazing and wonderful and talented you are. It's likely going to sort of kickstart your own passion and reignite your energy so that you start moving towards things that you can create that will bring you fulfillment and maybe connect you with people that really see you for who you are. So I'm just going to get a couple more cards about what you don't see coming. So what does pile number 1 not see coming? What does pile number 1 not see coming? Oh, these are flying all over. What does pile number 1 not see coming? Can I get one card, please? What does pile number 1 not see coming? Psychic abilities coming out right on top of this sort of tower energy of the transfiguration. I think that you're going to see the situation in a new light. I think you're going to have a deeper understanding. Possibly if this was someone that hurt you, you're going to understand that it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with their own limitations. If it's a relationship, maybe this person is just not able to meet you where you're at. Maybe like you are being described as this 9 of Cups energy. Like not only do you have confidence, you might not feel this way right now, but underneath the pain that you're experiencing right now and maybe the confusion, you actually have a lot of confidence and you have such emotional depth. And there's this sense that you know how to give love to people. And I think that you're also very creative and there's this like vibrant energy about you that might have been sort of, like diminished to a certain degree because of like what was going on with this other person or this circumstance. And you're gonna realize that that person might have wanted you to believe that you could have done something to change their behavior, but this is a repeat pattern with them. And you bring so much to the table. Why accept someone that's coming empty-handed? Like, because that's really the sense that I get. Like even with the deception card, all you can see is the back of the skull, right? Like they're not looking at you. You were looking at them. You were seeing the situation like clearly. If it is a relationship, it's this sense of like, not only did you see them for who they really are, but you accepted them for who they are. And that's what might really hurt. It might really hurt because you weren't being shallow, you weren't being deceptive, and they still walked away or hurt you in some way. And that can feel like really heavy burden of rejection. But I think that the universe is going to come forward and help to stabilize things. And not only are you going to see like the situation with clarity, but I think you're going to actually see how this event or this series of events could help catapult you forward in some other area of your life that's literally connected to your physical well-being. So feeling amazing, maybe it's a new job direction, maybe you go back to school. Let's see what else. What does pile number 1 not see coming? What does pile number 1 not see coming? What does pile number 1 not see coming? Yes, the 3 of Swords, followed by the 6 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. So there was some heartache here. There's definitely some pain that you're overcoming. I think that there was possibly more than one person. There's this sense that it might have been either multiple people that were like sort of pushing you back. Like they had strong boundaries and they were really like working from their ego. I get the sense that you tried to connect to them on a more emotional level with these lotus flowers. Like you might be a very spiritual person. You might have done a lot of work on yourself. And these people were seeing you as naive. They thought they could take advantage of you. I think for many of you, you might have actually got out of this situation before it got really bad. And for others of you, this might have been something that took a really long time to sort of wrap up. But the balance is going to be coming to you. I think that whatever was taken from you is going to be brought back to you in a new way. I think it's going to be brought back to you from another person. Like it could be friends, it could be family, it could be new love coming in, which is what this other card here was talking about, a lovely partnership, an epic romance, that could be even a business partnership that's going to be coming in. But I think that you could potentially have some sort of unexpected material gain come to you, like someone gives you a gift, someone gives you literal money, you win the lottery, you get a job opportunity. Like the Six of Pentacles often is talking about someone either acting with reciprocity, what you give, someone else is giving back, or it's someone that could potentially be in a higher position, giving you something that you really deserve. If this is a workplace situation, it could be you finally leaving that job. And it might not have been because you chose to. It might be a situation where you lost your job and you're feeling so defeated and you worry that you're never going to find anything else. But it was a situation where you were sort of redirected away from a situation that was very hurtful, only to find a job that is so much better. The environment is better for you, the pay is better, or even if the pay is the same, it's just like for your mental health, it's so much better. So let's get some final cards for you, pile number one. What can you tell pile number one about what they don't see coming? What does pile number one not see coming? Pile number one, let's see coming. Okay. Let's see. So first of all, the Knight of Coins has come out. And whenever I get a card that flips up like that, and I have other cards that are all down, I always interpret this as something that you might be slightly aware of versus the things that you don't know about at all. So this might be a situation, like I was saying, some of you are looking for a new job. You are looking to plant seeds in some way. You want to be in a situation where you're able to move forward, but you want it to be in an environment or around people that are loyal, with the dog here. And the pentacle is sort of acting like the sun here. I do think that you want to be seen for the things that you contribute. And you want to be able to expand and grow from that. So you also received judgment. Yes, some major epiphany is going to be coming to you. You're going to have a huge awakening. Your eyes are going to be opened, going back to the psychic abilities card. If you were confused about what happened, you're not going to be confused for much longer. Someone might even reach out to you and give you information that just puts your heart at ease. If this is like someone ghosted you, you find out, I mean, this wouldn't be a benefit, but at least it would be an answer that they were involved with somebody else. There's a relationship that you didn't know about. And then you can just let it go, because then you know that they were never someone that was trustworthy, and it wasn't a situation where you needed to feel guilty or bad about yourself. This is also talking about you potentially sort of catapulting to like into a new timeline, like being sort of resurrected Five of Coins. So yeah, like if you have had trouble financially, or you're just feeling like you're not enough, that's going to be cleared away. You're not going to be feeling that way any longer. And it really feels like it has a lot to do with opportunities coming towards you that are grounded and stable, and potentially new information coming to you that help you to understand the circumstances better. Seven of Swords. Oh my God. So yeah, somebody's been deceptive towards you. Someone lied, right? We've got the deception card already, and then it coming out with the Seven of Swords as well. Someone was completely untrustworthy, and they were hiding things from you, and they're not going to be able to hide it any longer. Either the information is coming towards you, or you're just not going to care anymore. You're going to know enough in your heart because of what your intuition is telling you that you don't need to have the proof. You know, your own intuition and what your heart is telling you is enough, and you just close that chapter. The Hermit. Yeah, this definitely feels like it has a lot to do with you withdrawing from the situation. This person, like, it might even be a situation where someone ghosted you, and initially you're like, what the heck happened? Why everything was good, and then all of a sudden, like, complete silence. But I think that if that's the case, you're just not going to care any longer. You know, like the Hermit card is not just talking about there being like an energy of withdrawal and being by yourself, but it's like happiness being by yourself and great wisdom. The Hermit is so wise, and they know the pathway forward. They're not afraid about what the next chapter is going to hold. So final words of advice for you, pile number one. Let's see. There we go. So final words of advice from Spirit is 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. Spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. You're on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces, which is so interesting. I think that that's a typo on this card, but I actually think that in this situation, it is telling me something really clearly about what's been going on with this tower. I think that the justice that you seek, like real awareness of this person's deception is going to come to light. I think there's going to be consequences for the things that they have done. You may see it, you may not. This might be something that you don't hear about for 3 years, right? Like it's 3 years go by and then you find out that someone, you know, got a divorce or a company folded or something. But just know that everything that is supposed to be corrected in the physical world is going to. It's going to align you by moving you out of this timeline and into some other pathway. You're going to be on the right track so that you can succeed. And it's all about you continuing to do the work, right? Going back to the persistence card. 1, 2, 1, 2. You're at step 1. And you're being asked, just take the next step. Just take the next step. If you can do that, luck is on your side. Then you're going to be ready for step 3 and step 4. I know that you likely are feeling confused. Like you don't know what the next step is going to be. You're still sort of recovering from this tower energy. Maybe you aren't even through it yet. Maybe this deceptive person or circumstances is still unfolding for you. And you're like trying to make sense of it, because you don't want it to be true. And I can understand why that's the case. But if you can start to sort of reflect on like what really makes you happy, you're going to be able to let go of this a lot more quickly. And through that process of, you know, just sort of contemplating, thinking, sitting with what's happened, you're going to get the answers that you need so that you can start moving ahead. Like the answers are just waiting to come in. It's just a matter of you being ready for them. So, there are things that you can do to help yourself. I always recommend using like sleep affirmations. They've been really helpful for me. They're free on YouTube. And listening to them helps to like reprogram the neural pathways in your mind to think more positively, to feel more abundant, to feel more confident in what's to come. You could have a salt bath to clear out some of this stagnant energy, some of this lower vibrational frequency energy, especially if you consider yourself to be an empath. You might really benefit from that. But also speaking with your guides, right? Like basically you can go into meditation, and this would be like sending out prayers, right? Praying for what you want. Also writing things down, scripting, writing down exactly how you want to feel, but in like present tense. I feel confident. I feel like I have clarity on what I'm going to be doing next. I know that everything is working out for my highest and best good, and I know that I will receive justice. And that's going to help to turn the energy forward so that you can take that next step, and then the momentum will be going. It's like you're on the bicycle, you're sitting on the seat, but you haven't started to pedal yet. So it always feels hardest at the beginning, and then the momentum will carry you forward. So that concludes your reading, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know your thoughts, and I would love for you guys to subscribe to the channel, and so I can, make sure that I am able to deliver more content as the channel grows. It makes it easier for me to build more content and build a stronger relationship with you guys too. It helps me when you give me feedback on the reading to know what you want to see next. So you can always comment that in the comment section. Like a reading suggestion is always appreciated. And like I was saying before, if any of you guys are interested in having a personal reading, you can go to my website, odessamall.com, and I would be happy to do a reading for you on anything that you're facing. I am sending you so much love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome back. So as I mentioned in the intro of the reading, this is going to be about what you don't see coming. So just want to mention that this is a general reading. So if some of the messages don't really resonate for you, it's not clicking for you, that's okay. Those messages might be for somebody else, or this might not be your pile, and you might want to go back and select another pile. And if you are interested in having a personal reading where all of the messages will be custom tailored to you and your experience, I do private readings with clients. You can go to my website, odessamall.com, and you can see all of my services and my booking information there. So you guys selected the Palo Santo stick as well as the Moonstone Wolf. So it's really interesting. I'm using the items as the first messages. So Palo Santo is used as a tool for clearing. And there might be something that is leaving your life. There might be something that you've been trying to get rid of for a while. This might be a new phase of your life where you are either going into a solitary phase, like you're going to be a lone wolf, really working on yourself. Moonstone is often connected to the third eye and increased intuition and psychic abilities. But wolves traditionally are pack animals. So this actually might be the opposite. This might be a situation where you've been doing some healing. You are now coming out of that solitary phase, and you're going to be joining up with other people. So let's get into the cards and see. The first card that you received is Poppy Dream. So there is this strong intuitive messaging that's coming forward with Neptune, Saturn. You might have been going through and doing some shadow work. You might have just been focusing on your dreams for the future. It might not even be something that's necessarily like sad or scary or was destructive. It was a situation where you were trying to align yourself with what you really care about, what you really want to do with your life. Maybe it's like starting a side hustle, and it took all of your energy and all of your focus to just focus on, taking this idea and amplifying it into something that's like physically here in your life. It might be a situation where you were starting to figure out what your dreams are and your desires, and you were starting some new hobbies, or just exposing yourself to new things. The card Poppy is 41, and 4 is talking about stability and foundations, and 1 is talking about either a new start, taking that first step, or it can be pulling together all of the different aspects of our lives and creating that cohesion. And Poppy is also used as a symbol of remembrance. So you might also be processing things from the past, releasing that so that you can take action on your dreams. Then you got Jokes on You. So there's a couple of things that are coming forward. One, I think you're going to be entering a phase of your life where you have more laughter, you have more joy, you maybe just get back in tune with your sense of humor. There might have been some really heavy stuff that you were facing, and you just sort of felt down, and nothing was really making you laugh. But this might also be a situation where other people held you back. They held you back from your dreams. You felt different. You felt alone. You felt like you couldn't move ahead without people sort of barring your way or making you feel like you were going in the wrong direction, and you're going to prove them wrong. The joke is going to be on them. Then Hawk. Okay, so Hawk is a high-level spiritual symbol. It's often connected to our ancestors, and it's talking about not only being able to see things from a higher perspective, but also being able to recognize what is for us and be able to zero in and catch that. A hawk is an apex predator. It's able to see the movements of a field mouse from great distances and be able to catch its prey. You're going to be able to do that. There's some dream that you have that you're going to be able to finally figure out where the door is. You're going to be taking that action. Connection. Yes, you are connecting with the right people. It's either the right people, or it's the right path, or it's the right tools. Like I have goosebumps. This feels to me like you've been going it alone, or you've been feeling alone for a long time, and all of a sudden the pieces of the puzzle are going to come together. Oh my God, those are poppies as well, and they're black. You have been in mourning. There was a loss, and you're coming back to life. There's this sense of rejuvenation. 1717, drama alert. Independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, aspirations. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're headed in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. Yes. Okay. So 1, we already talked about. That's being in alignment with the right path for you, pulling all of the things that seem like they're disconnected together and making one cohesive plan. 7 is a lucky number. It can be talking about you finally finding that alignment, so every single action that you take towards your goal is serving you. You're going to be eliminating all of the drama, which definitely feels like it's coming from other people. It's like they don't believe in you. They feel like whatever you're doing seems either silly, or they just don't care if you succeed. You know, unfortunately, sometimes people don't want what's best for us. Sometimes they actually would like us to be in a depleted state. They want us to fail because they have more control over you, because they're able to feel better about themselves if they can constantly look at you and say, well, at least I'm doing better than them, which is so toxic. And I just feel like they've been trying to keep you feeling small, and you're not going to have it any longer. Ace of Swords and this amazing figure 8 that sort of looks like the scales of a serpent. You're transforming. You're shedding your old skin. Ace of Swords, new clarity. It's like a bolt of lightning has hit you and you're like, whoa, I just can't hold back any longer. I'm just not going to allow myself to continue to fight these people and try and get them to understand what I'm doing. The 8 is talking about abundance coming in as well. It can be talking about like the beginning and ending of cycles, and it can be talking about the realization that not everything is going to be fruitful and abundant and going exactly the way we want it to at all times. But if we're in a period of time where there is drama or disappointment, people not believing in you, that the next phase inevitably is the opposite of that. For things to start aligning, for things to start working out for you. But it definitely starts in your mind, and it also starts with the way that you view yourself. With Neptune, there's illusions. Sometimes you feel like you're not good enough. Sometimes you feel like you don't have anything to offer. But that's a lesson from Saturn. That's not true. You have so much to offer. And you have this deep, like, understanding of a deeper mission. So for each of you, that could be something very, very different. So for some of you, you might consider yourself to be light workers. You consider yourself to be spiritual and on a soul mission of some kind that's for the highest and best good of the collective. And you are being guided by your intuition to take steps towards that. And other people that are maybe more logically minded or linear thinkers are not going to get that. It doesn't matter how much you point out synchronicities to them or help them to put the pieces of the puzzle together. They haven't had the awakening. They're not going to get it. And maybe for you, you haven't had the flip side of this. Like you've gotten the spiritual side, but you haven't understood how to apply it to the physical world. But that is about to change, my friend, because you are transforming into the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is not only extremely abundant, someone who really knows how to make things happen. There's a rabbit down here in the corner, which is talking about rapid expansion, rapid growth. But she appreciates the things that she has. And from the eyes of spirit, that is a recipe for success. Because when you appreciate the gifts that spirit gives you, you are aligning to that highest frequency where you are surrendering and accepting what life has to give you that's beautiful, and more will grow. More will come forward to you. It's releasing that lack mindset. It's like cutting the cords. That's the sense. Like cut the cords with the people that don't believe in you, and the past too. There might be sort of what is commonly referred to as generational curses, but it's these generational traumas and these self-limiting beliefs that get passed down from our parents to us. And it goes so much further back than that. It is something that we take for granted in a lot of ways. We don't even recognize that we have control to change that because it's always been with us. It's always been the way our parents have done things. And you know, it's compounded by the fact that it's not just your family, it's likely society, but you are going to start seeing things from that higher perspective and recognizing the path forward. The way is going to be made clear. You're going to just clear away the self-limiting beliefs, push aside anyone's restricted ideas of what you can achieve, and you're just going to go for it. And this is taking physical action. It's going to be slow though, but you know what direction to go in. The cartographer, a crossroads and an exploration, air energy again. There's going to be some idea that comes to you. And it might be a combination of different things, right? You have certain conversations with people, you watch a certain movie, you read a certain book, and it just gives you a new perspective on things, and you think, wow, this is such a great idea. I could apply this to my business, or I could start my own business, or I could suggest this to my boss. Maybe this is a new way that we could approach a project, and it's going to work. You also received Awaken, 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. Yes, this is not just I am going to chase after what I want, but I am going to receive what I want. You know, I don't chase, I attract. And sometimes we get too far into the masculine energy because that's kind of what we're told to do. And that isn't necessarily always going to work out. Like, you do need to take physical action, 100%. It can't just all be ideas. It can't all just be like manifesting through our vision boards. There has to be those next steps. And that's so often ignored. A lot of people that talk about manifesting, they don't even talk about the fact that we're always manifesting. You're never not manifesting. It is thoughts, words, actions. Those are the steps for manifesting. What are you thinking? What are your core beliefs? And that's why shadow work is so important, because there's all kinds of core beliefs that are connected back to those, you know, family dynamics that I mentioned, and the trauma that we can endure from earlier points in our life that dictate to us how we see the world and how we see ourselves. And then it's reinforced by the things that other people around us say, the connections that we have. Are they healthy? Are they not healthy? And we have to like do the shadow work to be able to understand what that is, and then release it and change it so that it's in alignment with what you actually want. That's where a lot of people have problems, because they'll say affirmations, they'll say positive things, but in their heart of hearts, they don't believe that they deserve what they want. So it will never come into being because they're not in a vibrational alignment with that. Then you have to start speaking to yourself and to others in a way that affirms what you want. I am successful. I am moving towards what I want. I am going to manifest my dreams. And it's like, not only do I believe it, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to tell everyone what I'm doing, and I'm going to network, and I'm going to make connections. I'm going to, you know, launch my business online, which is also connected to this like energy of fire and energetics. And then it's those actions as well, like showing up every single day, working on your business. It has to be something that you pour a lot of dedication into. But I think that there's some epiphanies, some big breakthrough that's going to come to you where all of a sudden you're going to understand what you can actually do, right? I think as a theory, you get this right now, but maybe you haven't spent enough time. It's twofold. Like, some of you haven't spent enough time just on your own thinking about what you want to do. And then others of you are spending too much time on your own just thinking about what you want to do and not taking the actions. So you have to sort of assess what I'm saying and like figure out where you are on your path. If you are just thinking of ideas and you haven't taken the active physical steps, now it's time to do that. If you are taking active steps but you don't have a clear plan, it's time to make the plan, right? It has to be all 3 of those: thoughts, words, actions. And that's what's going to give you the outcome that you want. So let's get some more cards and find out what is coming into pile number 2's life that they don't see coming. What does pile number 2 not see coming? Good luck! Yes, this is so beautiful. And black cats are connected to the spiritual realm. Like, it really feels like there's some breakthrough, and there's pots of gold here. There's a leprechaun. There's the sunflower. Look towards the light. Make sure that you're always looking towards what like feels the most fulfilling and happy. Like the sun is connected to joy and expansion and illumination. There's this sense of maybe some of you have already done enough of the shadow work and now it's time to start working on the joy aspects of your life. I know that it's easy to sort of feel like, oh, I'm not healed enough. I don't have enough, answers. I don't have it all figured out. But I want you to know you'll never have it all figured out, right? Like there's always going to be more to learn. There's always going to be opportunities for more growth, but there's like opportunities for joy and blessings and abundance and like just miracles that are waiting for you to take advantage of them. But you have to take the steps on the path to get there, right? Like the path is ready. Even this looks like this highway. I feel like start moving. Let's get going here. Let's get some more cards. What does pile number 2 not see coming? Wow. Woo. Oh my God, look at this. What was I just saying? Planning and action with the cartographer. It is time to set those plans in motion or start making the plans. And I mean, like, we want a solid business plan. We want something written down on paper. We want you to start connecting the dots between where you are right now and where you want to go. You don't have to know every step, but you do need to know at least 3 to 4 steps ahead. Loss. There are some things that either you have lost that are still sort of weighing you down, or there are some things that will need to be lost. Like it might be a situation where you know that the only way to grow your business further is to dedicate more time to it, but that means that you're going to have to possibly only work part-time at your full-time job, or you have to let go of like some of the time that you spend with your friends, or it might be letting go of a relationship that's like depleting to you. It's not adding to you. You're constantly having to give more. And loss could also be talking about the expectations that you have of other people, like hoping that they're going to be cheering you on and understand where you're coming from emotionally. Like 2 can be talking about relationships, and this is also card number 2. So some people are just not there yet, and it sucks. It has nothing to do with you though. It's a failure on their part. They haven't done the work to be able to tap into their own emotions. And it might be time to let those people go, but it also could be failures that happened in the past. You're afraid to go back to it because it didn't work out the last time you tried it. But that's the same story for every single innovator and entrepreneur. They tried things so many times and there was failure. That's how they learned what path to go down, right? Like you have to reframe that in your mind. Like this wasn't a failure. It wasn't telling me that I'm on the wrong path. It wasn't saying I'm never going to be able to achieve this. It was just telling me that's not the right direction. If I go down that path, I'm not going to get to the end result I want. Family, friends, and guides. Yeah, like there's this disconnect between what you want and what other people have wanted for you. And I think you've been sort of relying or leaning on people that just do not see your light or your power. And if you can lean on yourself, start to have a sense of humor also about the failure, like, when something goes wrong, try and laugh about it, not to dismiss it. I'm not saying that you should just, make everything into a joke, especially if it's something really meaningful. But to be able to laugh at the absurdity of it all can be so healing. To be like, oh my God, I tried so hard to do this. I worked, all day on baking this cake. And then at the last minute, when I was just about to put the last details on it, I knocked it off the counter. Like, you can cry Or you can say, whoa, well, at least I really perfected my, decorating skills, and maybe that wasn't the right one. Let's try a different color combination. Like, it's just, that's part of life, all of these disappointments, because we're here to learn. We're here to learn lessons and grow from that. And we can get stuck in like the sadness, we can get stuck in the loss, and then it bars us from the good luck. It bars us from being able to take action towards the things that are going to be, your rewards. They're just waiting. Like, you already have this in your energy field. Also, really leaning on your guides, right? Like, what's your intuition telling you? Because there's this sense that you're not getting the reciprocity that you deserve. And in a way, I think you've been convinced that you don't deserve it. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. Okay, what else is coming into pile number 2's life that they don't see coming? What's coming to pile number 2 that they don't see coming? What's coming to pile number 2 that they don't see coming? Okay, so these are 2 things that you likely have an idea are coming, and these are 2 things that you have no idea of. Okay, so first of all, you received the Hermit, and that energy was coming out earlier. There was this sense that, like, especially with the lone wolf, that you might have been on a journey all by yourself, and you were trying to understand yourself. Also with the drama alert card, it was talking about sort of withdrawing and looking within. So this might be where you're at right now. It's time for you to look within, start making a plan. The Hermit is so wise and very in tune with spirit. The Hermit walks in the direction that the inner light is guiding he or she towards. And it feels like you're either at the stage where you need to go into this hermit mode. And that doesn't necessarily mean completely isolating yourself. What it means is you don't prioritize other people's expectations or opinions of what you should do over what your own heart is telling you to do. But in some cases, depending on how influential these sort of like negative voices are, you might actually need to just take a breather and a timeout and just be by yourself. But you could be needing to go into this, or you're just coming out of it, because ultimately the next step is the Chariot, which is balanced energy, divine masculine and divine feminine in balance, which is what we had here with the 3 rays of light. Knowing how to take action towards your goals and knowing how to receive those gifts. And then finding your community is the sense that I get. Finding the friends and family that will get you, that will understand you, that like will make you feel love and get your heart beating faster. Like maybe there's literal romantic love coming towards you with someone who just gets you. The Ace of Cups. Oh my God. This card can be talking about a relationship coming in. Could be romantic, could be friends, could be work, could be a relationship with yourself. With the Lotus, it's talking about really like having a deeper sense of love because you did the work. You've done the shadow work, and there's some sort of gift that's coming from spirit with the feathers here. That is so beautiful. And the Hanged Man, you are being gifted not only with the ability to sort of take a pause, to be able, like this might mean that you get a work schedule that allows you to maybe take 3 days off a week instead of just the 2 days off. Like you're, 3 days off, 4 days on, something like that. Or you get extra money and you're able to sort of take a pause and redirect before you start working again. But this card can also be talking about seeing things from a different perspective. You're going to be looking at things in a new way. And this possum is illuminated. It's like the sun is shining behind its head. Possums only live for a really, really short amount of time. And there's this sense that you're going to get all of the answers that you need to be able to take action in a really short amount of time. It's not like it's going to be slowly moving towards all of your goals. It's like once you get this epiphany, you're going to be able to move faster. I mean, to get to the solid stability that you likely want for the long term of your life, that will be concerted effort over years probably. But it does feel like this good luck and this breakthrough that's coming forward for you is like right around the corner. It's just a matter of you pausing, reflecting, and having this epiphany, and then things can come forward. So I'm going to get you guys some final advice from Spirit on what you need to know. Okay. First card, 777. Look at this, 1717. 7 is a really important number for you. So this is likely coming in July. I'm recording this in June. This is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you listen to this. But July might be significant for you. Either that's when things are going to start to pick up for you, or it could mean that July is an important month for you on a personal level. So it says, good luck, contentment, prosperity, abundance, spiritual awakening, divine intervention. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share, yet you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. Beautiful. So yeah, you're going to be connecting with the right people, the epiphanies that you need, like just to put the pieces of the puzzle together, to be able to get the plan that you need in place is going to come through to you. I get the sense that you already have everything that you need. It's just you haven't looked at things through the lens that will give you sort of the keys to the kingdom, like will let you walk through that door. Then you receive spiritual awakening, 1001. New beginning, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and heading in the right direction. A new phase and a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. That's exactly what's been coming forward. If you're feeling sad, that's going to be moving behind you very, very quickly. If you feel like you're a light worker, that you have a divine purpose that has something to do with spirit, you are right. You are meant to go in a direction in some way in your life that's going to help people to elevate their consciousness. That might be your actual business. Maybe you're a tarot card reader. Maybe you're a Reiki healer. Maybe you do an entirely other line of work, and you're just going to be talking with people about your experience, and they're going to see how, changed you are by the things that your approach to life, really, like the way that you look at things. And that's going to give them the green light to make some of these changes in their own life. Like, prosperity is coming towards you. If this is a situation where you've been feeling like called to post things on social media, or like you already have a channel and things are not necessarily moving the way you want them to, I think that that's going to change. You might have a video go viral. You might just have a breakthrough idea, and all of a sudden things start falling into place. I think that it's going to be some blessings that come through that maybe you're not like the full vision of what you had in your mind, but it's like enough to get you enthusiastic and start having joy about what you're doing as you start to work towards this final Queen of Pentacles success. So that concludes your reading, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know what your thoughts are on this. If you know what I'm talking about, this makes sense to you, let me know in the comments. If there's another reading that you would like me to do, put that in the comments. I am open to suggestions. If any of you guys are open to subscribing to the channel, that would be amazing as well. I would love to see you in the next reading. And if you want to turn on notifications so you don't miss one of my readings in the future, that would be awesome. I have so much more content to come out really soon. And if anyone is interested in working with me one-on-one, having a personal reading, or doing one of my other sessions with me, I would love that. You can find out more information at my website, odessamall.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I am sending you so much love. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 3, welcome back. So in case you missed the intro, this reading is all about what is coming into your life that you don't see. So this could be any number of things, but I just want to mention before we get into the reading that this is a general reading, so some of the messages will instantly connect with you and some of them might not. So whatever doesn't fit for you, just leave that behind because it's likely a message for somebody else. And if you're interested in having a personalized reading where all of the messages reflect your lived experience, I do private readings with clients. You can go to my website, odessamall.com, and you can see all of my services and my booking information there. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. So the items that you selected are the selenite wand and then this little floral cutting from my garden. So we're going to start with those 2 items. Those are your first 2 messages. So selenite is an amazing crystal. It's often used to cleanse and purify. But what's so wonderful about it is it's also a charging crystal. It's an amplifying stone. And this little floral cutting just came into bloom before I clipped it for your reading. So there's this sense that you have come to a place where your energy is starting to feel more balanced. You're starting to feel recharged. And I think that it's an indication that you're just about to come into full bloom. Something new is going to be happening for you, something that you deserve and something that's going to bring you a lot of joy and potentially give you a lot of other opportunities. So let's get into these cards and find out more. Whoa. Okay, so the first card is the 6 of Pentacles. You're going to be offered something. Something is definitely coming your way. This could be a situation where somebody offers you a new job, you get a promotion, you get a raise. This could also be somebody just gifting you something financial, or it could be anything. Like the Pentacles are all about the physical world. So it could be, you know, somebody paying for your dinner, someone asks you out on a date and they take you out on the town, somebody gives you a book that you've really been wanting, you get jewelry. Like, I mean, it could be literally anything, but this is something that's going to be really unexpected. Then you received Dragonfly. Wow. So on this card, we've got the air symbol, but this triangle behind the dragonfly is the water symbol. So there is something about the way that you think and the way that you feel that's creating this change. I do think that you've gone through some inner work, like you have changed your life in some way to give yourself this inner peace, and all of a sudden that starts manifesting in your external world. The dragonfly is connected to our spiritual awareness. It's often talking about us taking the lead from our intuition and making bold actions that maybe initially don't make sense to other people, but it works out in your favor. And this is going to be something that you're going to do really quickly. Think about the way a dragonfly moves. They're able to change direction in the blink of an eye. They're able to go from like a low altitude to a higher altitude so rapidly. They move so quickly that you almost can't even see their wings moving. It's similar in nature to the way a hummingbird is perceived in, spiritual symbolism. But this is talking about there being some sort of like change in perspective as well because of the iridescent color of the dragonfly. There's like a new way that you're seeing things, and it has to do with like love, maybe loving yourself so much more, and that spills out into the way that you act around other people, and all of a sudden you're being rewarded as a result. Breathe. You've been able to calm your own anxieties. Like maybe you're not there all the way yet, but there's something you're doing that's helping you to just be able to take a deep breath, relax. I can do this. Don't get all in your head. Everything is under control. Like you're controlling your emotions. Your emotions aren't controlling you. And all of a sudden, all of this growth happens as a result. There are carnations on this card, which are a symbol of friendship. So you're creating more community, like, and it's bringing in justice for you. Ignite your fire. So I think that you're actually feeling really excited about life. You know, maybe you're ready to start moving. Maybe you've been like in hermit mode or like just working on your self-care for a while, and like you're going through a glow up. Like you're on fire is the sense that I get. People are seeing you. They're like thinking that you look good. Maybe they're telling you that you look good. Maybe you just have all of this passion and creativity. It's like you've been transformed. Tobacco offering. So this is card number 24. 2 is talking about partnerships. 4 is talking about foundations. In numerology, you would reduce those together by adding the numbers. That's 6. And then we're back at this offering that's being brought into you. And we've got Mars and Pluto. This is something really unexpected. Pluto is like rapid changes that are completely like can be just completely unsettling, but in this sense I feel like it's so positive. It's like going viral all of a sudden, or you know, just you didn't even know anyone was watching you, and then you realize that you've been talked about for this big promotion, and all of a sudden you're making so much more money. It's like your calm demeanor, your ability to work with other people, your ability to breathe through problems, your ability to center yourself in compassion, to be able to allow yourself to stand in the spotlight, but also not necessarily want to take that away from others, and acting on this. Like it's not just words, it's based in actions, is bringing an offering towards you. Like there is a sense of peace around you, like tobacco, and makes me think of peace pipes and indigenous practices. This can be an offering of friendship and community that's done in ceremony. Like there's something that you have been doing with other people that is bringing this towards you. Then you received the 4 of Cups, along with the Alchemist, balance, invention, destruction, also with the air symbol. Okay, this is wild. So there has been something that's been brought to your awareness, probably from spirit, maybe about how you sort of like work with destructive people. This might be a situation where in the past you would sort of fall for schemes. Like when I think about the rat, and the symbolism can often be connected to like people that are trying to like work behind the scenes for your downfall, like frenemy type energy. They're gossiping about you. They're like, they are trying, they might be saying to your face that they're proud of you or they're excited for you, but behind closed doors, they don't feel that way at all. And they're trying to misguide you and mislead you. And maybe you didn't realize that they were triggering you and getting you to react to things in a way that benefited them. And then all of a sudden you figure it out. Like this could be in relationships where you were with somebody who wasn't really emotionally balanced themselves, and they would like gaslight you, emotionally manipulate you, and get you to like lose your temper, and it made you look bad in the eyes of others. It made you lose opportunities. It made you like harm friendships. And you are wise to this. Like, no one can get you to just like react emotionally any longer. It's just, you're too balanced, and the destruction will never come. And it looks like you've learned some techniques. Like, I don't know whether this is making sure that you work out a couple times a week. Like, that really, really helps to boost your endorphins and helps you to feel good. Doing self-care, not putting yourself last, like making sure that you are, taking that time to like put on a little bit of makeup or eat the right kind of food in the morning to make you feel your best throughout the day, or you take some time away from other distractions to like read that book you love or listen to that music. There's things that you're doing that are helping you to stay in wise mind is what's coming forward. That you are utilizing not only on a personal level with the people around you, but in work environments. And you're helping others to maybe utilize some of these techniques as well. Like, it seems like it's spilling out into all the other areas of your life. You received 101, starting over, intelligence, dynamics, making a difference, failures, personal or spiritual development. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failure is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun, start fresh. You seem to be recognizing that our lives, to a certain degree, are what we make of them. That not everything is going to go the way we want it to. There will always be an outside influence that is trying to throw us off course. It might be other people. It might just be the whims of the universe. It might just be like what could be seen as like a coincidence, like you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the timing just wasn't quite right? Like, everything is in divine timing, because spirit is trying to give you the outcomes that you want based on your highest vibrational timelines. So if we're all connected and you have a plan and this is what you want, and you like launch something at the wrong time, you might only get 20% of the reward that you could have had if you just allowed divine timing to play out. But of course, you don't know that. That's where you have to listen to your intuition. And that's why recognizing if it failed, it just means the timing wasn't right. It doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision. All of those failures are telling you which path to go down. And choosing the wrong partner, for example, teaches you how to be a better partner in the future. And it's like, you've done some of this. You're starting to look at your life and you're thinking, okay, well, I don't really love my job right now, but what do I love? I really love my side hustle. I really love my hobbies. I really love just my beautiful garden. I just love being outside in the sunshine. I love my friends. And then you like focus your mind on those things. Okay, those are things that I love. Those are things that can help me to feel good. I don't have to catastrophize and only look at what isn't working. I can look at what is working. Then you received the elements of fire, air, earth, and water combined to create powerful, protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. All of a sudden, I feel like crying. So, but with joy, like I don't feel sad. I feel so excited for you guys. I know that you've been doing work on yourself. Don't know that you're never going to be perfect. Don't feel like, oh, well, I have to be through all of my shadow work before something amazing happens for me. No, we're in a perpetual cycle of growth. So, you've leveled up 100%. And this is maybe going from level 1 to level 2. And then the next series of lessons will be level 2 to level 3. I'm actually being told that you're more like you're moving from level 4 to 6. Oh, that's exciting. That's really exciting. Oh yeah, that makes sense. 4 to 6. That's exactly what's happening. You're moving from 4 to 6. So you've done enough work to actually be skipping steps. That's really exciting. And it's because you're combining all aspects of yourself. So fire is all about the action that we're taking, the passion, our creative ideas, really being seen as well, being in the center of everything. Air is all about the way we think and the things that we say to people. Earth is about being grounded, being connected with our physical reality, also being connected with the earth, all of the things that we're accumulating in this physical life. And then water is all about our emotions and our feelings, like of attachment and love for others, as well as your spiritual side. So you've been working on all of these things in various ways, and you're pulling it all together, and now you're going to start to see the rewards, the things that you've been manifesting. You're the alchemist, the magician, the same archetype. You have been creating these things. Now they're coming into the physical. You have been working on this for a long time, but now it's here. So let's get some more cards and find out a little bit more about what you're going to be bringing into your life. Pile number 3. What does pile number 3 not see coming? What does pile number 3 not see coming? Oh, interesting. Okay, so whenever the cards come out and one is up and the others are down, I always interpret this as this is something that you're already aware of. These are the things you're not. So 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is talking about self-limiting beliefs. I think that to a certain degree, you know that some of the ways that you've restricted yourself is based on your own perceptions. I think that you have maybe second-guessed your own intuition, which we all do. And I think that sometimes you've seen yourself through the eyes of others and you've taken on harsh criticism and taken that on as your identity. And you are now starting to see the wisdom that came from some of the hard aspects of life. The moon can be connected to the secrets and the shadows. And it can also be connected to illusions. Like you're starting to see through the illusions. And I think that you don't realize how much work you've actually done. I think that you knew that it needed to be done. And you just went 100% in some ways. You might, but I don't think that you think you did, and you did, and now you're going to see it. 4 to 6. Okay, let's see what else you got here. 7 of Swords. So yeah, like there has been situations where people who you thought were friends were manipulating you. They were trying to deceive you. They were trying to get away with something. And maybe you thought you couldn't trust anyone as a result, right? Maybe you thought everyone's going to behave that way. Maybe even you took on some of those approaches to relationships. Like, what can I get out of this situation? How can I turn this in my favor? And you're not looking at life that way anymore, right? Going from just looking at the shadows with this leopard, like the all black panther, to the spotted leopard, where like you're seeing the shadows, but you're also seeing the light. There's like, you're starting to look at life in all aspects through that spiritual lens, where it's like, yeah, I might be the victim in this situation in my eyes, but in the eyes of another, I might be the villain, right? We are all those roles at some point in our lives, right? Like no one is completely, free of, responsibility. Like we all are interacting with each other in various ways, right? Like, I don't know how this is going to resonate with everyone, but I always bring things up that come forward to me. So what I'm hearing is, may those who are without sin cast the first stone, right? From the Bible, Jesus. I mean, it's so true. And it's a recognition that you don't have to be perfect either, right? Like, yes, let's do unto others as we would have them do unto us. But it's also recognizing that if you slip up, that's okay, as long as you recognize where you made the mistake and you course correct. And it's time for you to forgive yourself for anything that you did in the past that didn't serve others, and forgive yourself for anything that you did that didn't serve you. And then when you get through that, then you'll likely be able to look at others with more compassion. And I do not mean let these people back in your life and let them just do whatever you want or whatever they want. No, like, forgiveness doesn't mean access. It just means I'm going to let this go, because it's like holding a hot coal. Who is it really burning, right? Like, you have to just let it go. Like, you have to drop the hot coal, because in reality, you're really just hurting yourself. Two of Cups. This is definitely connected to relationships. You're approaching relationships in a new way. Definitely had people in the past that have hurt you, that were untrustworthy. You know, this could be any relationship. But obviously, Two of Cups can be talking about romance, but it can be talking about our families and our neighbors and our coworkers. It's just a partnership. But the Lotus is saying there's been shadow work done. The Caduceus is talking about you being able to integrate the divine feminine and the divine masculine, deal with your shadows and anything connected to the, maybe the false programming that you got from your parents, right? Like the generational stigmas and all of the self-limiting beliefs that come from them. And being able to not only stand in your own power like the lion, but to be able to ascend to a higher frequency with the angel wings, like to be illuminated in the way that you look at people. There's wisdom. There's a reason there's elephants on this card. You are now walking the walk. It's not just theory for you any longer. You understand the concepts, and now you're putting it into practice, and that's going to change your whole life. Because when you start unconditionally loving people, knowing that there'll still be people in the world that are going to take advantage of you and hurt you, and you can't do anything about that, but you can recognize the pattern and push them out of your life as quickly as possible, then you can embrace those that have your best interest at heart. You'll ascend to that highest vibration, and then you'll get the rewards, and it will be real partnerships, and it will be real communities, and it will also be material rewards. Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that was going to come out in reverse. So the Nine of Swords is talking about nightmares and all of the things that we fear most in our lives, but it's like we manifest them because we keep thinking about them, right? We are always manifesting. I'm just going to keep reinforcing this to you guys, because I don't think that people talk about it enough. There is never a moment in time when you're not manifesting. All of your thoughts, words, and actions are manifesting your reality. Right? Like, the way that we think the world works is part of how it actually works. You want to have a business, you have to think about it, you have to plan it, you have to talk about it, you have to network and connect with the right people, and then you have to actually physically take actions to have that business running and going. Spirit can't do everything for you. But it's also recognizing that Spirit can move and shake things in your favor, and trusting and believing in that as well. So knowing that just because things aren't working out for you the exact way that you wanted them to right now, it doesn't mean that you're going to fail. It doesn't mean that everything is going to collapse on you. It's like, no, this wasn't the right pathway for me at this moment. It wasn't the right timing, but I am going to wait for that doorway to open. I'm going to just try it a slightly different way, and I'm not going to let my fears get the best of me. And then death in reverse. So this is something that you've been struggling with a little bit, right? To sort of like let this cycle go, like let these fears go. And it might have something to do with forgiving someone who really hurt you, right? A lot of people struggle with that. I get it. I totally understand. You know, it's not, it makes us feel small. It makes us feel like we are worthless in some way, but you're giving too much credit to those other people. You know, you're putting them on a pedestal and you're convincing yourself that you're not on the same level as them. And that's why you would end up with situations where, you know, in some cases, I always would also take this when it's in reverse because it's more of a shadow element of the Six of Pentacles, that someone can take something away from you whenever they want. You know, they'll give, but they can take it. And it's not that way. You can choose who you're going to be around or what you're going to participate in. And I mean, even in a situation with dating, you know, someone ghosts you or whatever, like who really ghosted who or who broke up with who? Like the person who's unavailable and incapable of meeting your needs did you a favor. You know, you can reframe this in your own mind and say, geez, that just took a burden off my shoulders. Now I don't have to be the one to engage in a conversation with this person explaining how things aren't going to work out. I can just move towards the things that are for me, that help me to feel good. So let's get some more cards. What else is coming towards pile number 3 that they don't see? What's coming towards pile number 3 that they... Prosperity! Yes! Pile number 3. Miracles, blessings, prosperity. This is definitely feeling like more money is coming to you. Like, it's literally pouring from the sky. This is a breakthrough in your business. This is you winning the lottery. This is someone giving you, you know, some money that you weren't expecting. Like there is some sort of legal settlement, or you get an insurance payout, or you find out that you inherited something, but you are definitely getting something that's going to make you very, very happy. Okay, we'll try the next deck. What is coming towards pile number 3 that they don't see coming? What's coming to pile number 3 that they don't see coming? Oh, wild. Those cards are in the wrong deck. That's so funny. Okay. Okay, well, let's see what you guys got. Finding. So you're finding yourself. There's a butterfly here, and it's a morpho butterfly, I believe, the blue ones, connected to the throat chakra. You're going to be expressing yourself in a new way. You're going to find your voice. You are going to be seen too. There's this sense of like dreaminess, contentment, and like it's like she's giving herself a hug. Like there's a sense that I think you're going to be feeling like, I really love myself. I love myself, and I love myself enough to expect the very best, and I'm not going to settle for anything less. There's no question in your mind that that's what's going to come to you, and that's what's going to make it come to you. Deception. You are moving past this. See? Like the death, you're not worried about this anymore. Those people were not beneficial to you. They were not in alignment, and you know, that's because they don't know how to love themselves. And we just need to continually remind ourselves that when people treat you badly, it doesn't mean that you are a failure or there's something wrong with you. People do not treat people badly unless they don't think that they are any different. Like that's their expectation, that people are just going to treat people badly. They don't feel good about themselves. So I'm going to, you know, get one past you before you get one past me. So know that they have a hard road to walk. And, you know, honestly, I just feel sorry for people like that. All right, my friends, let's get you some final advice from Spirit. You have got to be kidding me. You see this card? 1331, good fortune, advice, comfort, major change, individuality, independence. Have faith in your skills and talent as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. Yes, there is some sort of a major good fortune that's coming to you. I mean, the Six of Pentacles could be a message that's going to be coming towards you, but you are protected. You are safe. Unique skills, life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important projects. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is a priority right now. Yes, business, business, business. If you've had a heartache, I'm not saying that it wasn't important, but what will heal you is focusing on the things that you can control, which is your career, the way that you make money, the things that you're trying to master, you know, your own hobbies. That's what's going to take you to that next level. That's what's going to take you from 4 to 6. And who knows, that might align you with the right person, right? 1 is talking about us being in alignment with our divine path, and it's talking about bringing all the different aspects of ourselves into unity, oneness. 4 is talking about solid foundations. 1 again, then 3. 3 is talking about collaborations and partnerships. 0707, compromise, self-awareness, forgiveness, professionalism, empathy, tenacity, and freedom. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges, express your emotions, and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. Yes. I know that you feel pain for the things that people have done to you, and they were wrong for doing those things. But like I said before, when we hang on to the pain and the grudge, it's like holding a hot coal, and it will burn through your hand. It will help it take, you know, your focus away from all of the things that could actually bring in a lot of good fortune for you, because you will be stuck ruminating about what they were thinking or why they did that. And the reality is that you're personalizing it, thinking that it's a sign that you are damaged or wrong in some way. And that's actually a sign that there was something wrong with their perceptions of relationships and people. And we do align with people that reflect our own inner truth back to us. So it's experiential learning, right? And we all go through it, including me. I think that I've got everything figured out, and then I'll still go on a date with the wrong person. So, you know, it just happens, you know, and you just have to say, oh, okay, wow, well, now I know. So now I need to just readjust myself. Now I need to start looking for what could I have learned from this, because 0 is talking about cycles, and 7 is talking about alignment. It can also be talking about good luck. So this is like 7 primary chakras, 7 colors of the rainbow. It's like all aspects of yourself all coming into this unified energy, all compromising a little to work together for your highest and best good. And that's where you are. You are about to receive rewards. Don't underestimate how far you've come. You have everything that you need to be able to step into a lot more money, a lot more responsibility, but in like the very best sense, like you being seen as the leader rather than just a team player, and you being able to invest your energy into the right relationships as well. So that concludes your reading, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know your thoughts on this. If you wanted to let me know in the comments, and Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I would love to see you in the next reading. And if you guys have any suggestions for future readings, I'm taking requests, just put it into the comments section and I will add it to my schedule. And of course, I want to remind you, I do personal private readings. So if any of you guys are interested in working with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. I do tarot card readings, but I do lots of other services under the spiritual umbrella as well. So you can find out more information there. So I am sending you so much love. I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care.